Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will learn about op-amp as a non-inverting amplifier and voltage follower or buffer. The topics covered in this video are op-amp as non-inverting amplifier, op-amp with negative feedback, voltage gain of non-inverting amplifier, op-amp as voltage follower or buffer, input and output impedance of non-inverting amplifier. We will also discuss some practical examples of non-inverting amplifier. The op-amp is connected as non-inverting amplifier as shown in figure. The input signal is applied to the non-inverting input. The output signal is applied back to the input through feedback circuit formed by feedback resistor RF and input resistance R1. This produces negative feedback in this circuit. Since the input signal is applied to the non-inverting input, the output signal will be non-inverted. That is, the output signal will be in phase with the input signal. Hence the name non-inverting amplifier. In inverting amplifier, we apply input signal at inverting terminal. So our output signal is 180 degrees out of phase with respect to input. The feedback signal is also 180 degrees out of phase applied back to the inverting terminal. So in inverting amplifier, 180 degrees out of phase feedback signal provides negative feedback. In non-inverting amplifier, we apply input signal at non-inverting terminal. So our output signal is in phase with respect to input. Here the feedback signal is applied back to the inverting terminal. If our output increases, then our feedback signal at inverting terminal will also increases. Since the op-amp amplifies the difference between its both input signals, that is inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal signals, so we can say V in is equal to plus V minus V minus. Therefore, the circuit provides negative feedback in op-amp. So in both inverting and non-inverting configuration, we use negative feedback. Why op-amp is always almost operated with negative feedback? As I have explained in my earlier videos, the open loop voltage gain of op-amp is very high. So small input signal like 650 microvolt will drive op-amp into saturation. So the linear relationship between op-amp's input and output signals will become very small or negligible. That's why in open loop we cannot use op-amp as an amplifier. Because of high open loop voltage gain of op-amp is always operated with negative feedback. With negative feedback, we can reduce or control not only op-amp's closed loop voltage gain, but also input and output impedances, bandwidth and etc. Let us observe the closed loop voltage gain of non-inverting amplifier. Since the input impedance of op-amp is very high, all the currents that flows through feedback resistor RF also flows through R1. So we can say current through R1, that is I1, is equal to current through RF, that is IF. I1 is equal to IF. To observe or understand the concept easily, we can draw the same circuit like this. Here we can observe that the series combination of resistors RF and R1. So the output current flows through them is same. I1 is equal to IF. The series combination of resistors acts as a voltage divider circuit. But the voltage drop across resistors R1 or at this point is, let's say, V1. To find V1, we use voltage divider rule. So V1 is equal to total voltage across both resistors, that is V out multiplied by R1 divided by total resistance, that is R1 plus RF. So V1 is equal to V out into R1 by R1 plus RF. The voltage at this point is also V1. According to concept of virtual short between non-inverting input and inverting input, we can say V1 is equal to V in or V minus is equal to V plus at this point. So we can write this expression as V in is equal to V out multiplied by R1 divided by R1 plus RF. Therefore, closed loop voltage gain ACL is equal to V out by V in, that is equal to R1 plus RF divided by R1. After simplifying this equation, the equation becomes 1 plus RF by R1. So the equation for closed loop voltage gain ACL of a non-inverting amplifier is 1 plus RF by R1. The following points may be noted about the non-inverting amplifier. Because of virtual short between both inputs, that is non-inverting input and inverting input voltage follows the non-inverting input voltage. This action is often referred to as bootstrapping. The voltage gain of non-inverting amplifier depends on the values of resistors Rf and R1. The voltage gain of non-inverting amplifier can be made greater than or equal to 1. If we observe the voltage gain formulas of both non-inverting amplifier and inverting amplifier, we can say that the voltage gain of non-inverting amplifier will always be greater than the gain of equivalent inverting amplifier by a value of 1. For example, if an inverting amplifier has a gain of 10, then the equivalent non-inverting amplifier will have a gain of 11. Op-amp as voltage follower or buffer. The voltage follower arrangement is a special case of non-inverting amplifier, where all the output voltage is fed back to the inverting input as shown in figure. Note that we have removed Rf and R1 from the non-inverting amplifier and short the output of the amplifier to the inverting input. The voltage gain of voltage follower is calculated as follows. Closed loop voltage gain of non-inverting configuration ACL is equal to 1 plus Rf by R1. Here Rf is equal to 0 ohms. So 1 plus 0 by R1, that is equal to 1 as gain of voltage follower. So if we apply 1 volt peak to peak signal at non-inverting input, our output will be same as input. That is 1 volt peak to peak output in phase with respect to the input signal. The closed loop voltage gain ACL of the non-inverting amplifier is unity when feedback resistance Rf is equal to 0 ohms or R1 is equal to infinity. The most important feature of voltage follower configuration is its very high input impedance and its very low output impedance. So these features make it ideal buffer amplifier or voltage follower to be connected between two different circuits to provide isolation. That is particularly useful when we have high impedance in circuit 1 and low impedance in circuit 2. Voltage follower provides both these features, isolation and impedance matching, because voltage follower is able to maintain input signal voltage at its output terminal. Let us observe the input and output impedance of non-inverting amplifier. The expressions for the input and output impedances on account of negative feedback in non-inverting amplifier are the same as for discrete amplifiers. Input impedance Zin is equal to 1 plus AOL beta into Zi, where AOL is equal to open loop voltage gain. As we know, it is very high. Zi is equal to input impedance without any feedback. It is also very high or infinity. And beta is equal to feedback factor. Here it is negative feedback through resistors Rf and R1. So the values of Rf and R1 have an influence on impedance of non-inverting op-amp. The non-inverting amplifier feedback factor beta is equal to R1 divided by R1 plus Rf. That is equal to 1 plus R1 by Rf. This 1 plus R1 by Rf is the inversion of the closed loop voltage gain of non-inverting amplifier. So we can write beta as 1 by ACL. So our equation for input impedance Zin is equal to 1 plus AOL by ACL into Zi. Now the output impedance Zout is equal to Zo, that is output impedance without any feedback divided by 1 plus AOL into beta. Since beta is equal to 1 by ACL, so our equation for output impedance Zout is equal to Zo divided by 1 plus AOL by ACL. So that negative feedback in non-inverting amplifier has greatly increased the input impedance and at the same time decreased the output impedance. The increased input impedance is an advantage because the amplifier will now present less of a load to its source circuit. The decreased output impedance is also benefit because the amplifier will be better suited to drive low impedance loads. Let's observe the impedance of voltage follower or buffer. Since the voltage follower is a special case of non-inverting amplifier with feedback fraction beta is equal to 1, input impedance Zin is equal to 1 plus AOL into Zi. As we know, where AOL is equal to open loop voltage gain, Zi is equal to input impedance without any feedback. Output impedance Zout is equal to Zo divided by 1 plus AOL. Here Zo is equal to output impedance without any feedback. Note that voltage follower input impedance is greater than input impedance of non-inverting amplifier. and also its output impedance is much smaller than output impedance of non-inverting amplifier. Let us solve some examples on non-inverting amplifier. For the non-inverting amplifier circuit shown here, find out output voltage for an input voltage of plus 1 volt and minus 1 volt. Non-inverting configuration voltage gain ACL is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. Let's insert the given values from the circuit. 1 plus 10 kilo ohm divided by 1 kilo ohm, that is equal to 1 plus 10, that is equal to 11 as voltage gain of this given circuit. So V out is equal to ACL into V in. In first case, V in is equal to plus 1 volt. Therefore, V out is equal to 11 into 1. That is equal to 11 volt output voltage. In second case, V in is equal to minus 1 volt. So 11 into minus 1 volt, that is equal to minus 11 volt as output voltage. Here we can observe that both input and output voltages are of same polarity in both cases. Second example. For the non-inverting amplifier circuit shown here, find out peak to peak output voltage. Closed loop voltage gain of non-inverting amplifier ACL is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. Let's insert the given values from the circuit. 1 plus 20 kilo ohm divided by 1 kilo ohm, that is equal to 1 plus 20, that equal to 21 as voltage gain of this circuit. So V out is equal to ACL into V in. 21 into, here peak to peak input voltage is 2 volt. So 21 into 2 volt peak to peak, that is equal to 42 volt peak to peak output voltage. Therefore, the peak output voltage VPK is equal to 42 divided by 2. That comes 21 volt peak. Since the supply voltage is plus or minus 15 volt, so saturation occurs at plus or minus 13 volt. Here the output voltage far exceeds the saturation voltage level of plus or minus 13 volt. So the op-amp will be driven into deep saturation and it will behave as a non-linear amplifier. This means that the output voltage will not have the same shape as of input, but will clip at the saturation voltage of plus or minus 13 volt. Note that both input and output waveforms are in phase with each other. That's all about op-amp as non-inverting amplifier and voltage follower. So if you have any doubts, please do mention them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. If you have learned from this video, please click the like button. Help others to learn by sharing this video. Please subscribe my YouTube channel and turn on notifications for more such videos. My next video is multi-stage op-amp circuit. Have a nice day.